Brandon Benefield, Gerard Bonner, and Diana Michelle.
What is going on, everybody? It's that time of the week. It's Friday. You know what that means. It's time for the SHW podcast, episode 101.
101.
As you know, last week we had the big episode 100, and Diana, you got those crazy lights going. It's fun. I love it. But I'm B-Double.
It's a party over here, baby.
GB, Gerard Bonner, Diana Michelle. She's got the party going over there. How you guys doing? How's your week been?
It's been long.
Yeah.
It's been long. It's been so long.
Yep.
I mean, it is actually Friday now, right?
Yeah, it
Got
is.
payday was yesterday. That was good.
Got a
There you
full
go.
weekend.
Starting.
Labor
Got
Day
a good
weekend.
long weekend coming up. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to one more day at least at the pool, hanging out,
There
chilling,
you go.
and showtime next week.
Yeah. No, it's been a great week. Fun things happening all over the place, and you're right. I can't believe it's September already. Like that's the
Right.
part that's messing with me. Like this year has really been flying by, and so yeah, we're gonna make the rest of these months count. We've got anniversary coming up next month. We've got all kinds of things going on. It's just the train just keeps on rolling. So
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's crazy. And of course, we're excited about the upcoming show. It is next Friday. Tickets will go on sale 5 p.m. at the door at the Action Building. Of course, doors open at 7, bell time at 8. And we have seen 6 match announcements that, again, card looks stacked as it does every month. And I do have to tip my hat to the booker. She's been doing a great job, whether you
She
like her or not.
has.
Here's the thing, though, that I'm still a little concerned with the title of the show. On the poster, it says SHW43 very small at the top, but it also in big letters says SHW presents Dishonor. And that has me a little
Surprised
concerned.
they haven't done that already, though, honestly.
Well, true. But I'm a little concerned that main show poster with all the members of Contra, we touched on it last week. That has me a little concerned. Of course, every member of Contra will be in a match next week in some form or fashion. But if you guys want, why don't we kind of go through these 6 matches that we've had announced so far, and kind of preview it a little bit as we tend to do heading into show week.
Let's
Let's go for it.
All right. Well, let's I just want to start with this one because we talk about this guy all the time. We talk about both these guys all the time. And yeah, maybe we're a little biased. 2 of our favorites. I'll say it. You got Owen Knight, former SHW champion. You've got Carly Bravo in his second year as a professional wrestler, coming off of an amazing rookie year, already having an amazing second year. Actually, what's after freshman? Sophomore year. There you go.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been in high school. I can't remember. So his sophomore year, if you will, he's been killing it. Now, the last, 2 or 3 shows, he has screwed over Owen Knight. And I'm just looking at the poster here, the graphic, where he's wearing the shirt that says "Screw Owen Knight" on it.
Did a whole photo shoot in that shirt.
Right.
He did.
Right. He was
He
very
did.
proud of himself. And yeah, I mean, from whether it was Owen getting his title rematch and almost having it won, almost beating Cruel, Carly Bravo coming out, interfering, laying out the referee of all things, or whether it was last month or earlier this month. No, it was last month. We're in September now. And where he eliminated Owen from the Rumblejack. And Owen started at that number 2 spot, had gone quite a long ways into the match. And it was right there towards the end where Carly eliminated him.
Yeah.
But now Owen will finally get the opportunity to get his hands on Bad News and Tattoos. How are we feeling about this one?
Well, I'm all about Owen getting some revenge on this guy. I mean, I love Carly. I'm not going to go in another time and just mess up and make him feel like I don't love him. I love me some Carly Bravo. Go Carly. But Owen is due for some revenge on this whole situation. I do have a concern, though. Since Carly said his favorite thing was to screw over Owen, there's no way that he's going to go through this match and not have some little tricks up his sleeve to mess with Owen and to get the victory again. Or get the victory, period.
Yeah.
You know, I think we have to start asking ourselves the question, what's the motive here, right? What's my motivation? And really the question with that now is, what does a win look like for Carly Bravo? Screw Owen Knight. Does that necessarily mean pin Owen Knight? Or does it mean put Owen Knight in a position where he gets embarrassed? Does it mean doing something that potentially takes Owen Knight out of title contention? Because I say out of title contention because we don't know right now who's your number one contender for the SHW championship. We could make the argument for Carly, well, not Carly, but Owen. But, you know, could Carly do something to potentially ruin that for Owen? So that's what intrigues me about this is I think Carly's in a space where, sure, we obviously believe in wins and losses, but sometimes when you go into these spaces, sometimes it's not so much about winning the battle as much as it is winning the war. And so I don't know if perhaps screw Owen Knight means pin him or maybe injure him or maybe create some sort of chaos for Owen that makes it difficult for him to do some of the other things he might want to do. I don't know. That's what makes this interesting. The other thing is, I think we need Owen to turn that switch that says, I'm tired of being the nice guy, and you guys aren't going to keep screwing with me. You cost me a championship that he worked so hard to get. I want to see the Owen that really comes with it. Not the Owen that's kind of, let me rescue people. No, the Owen that says, if nobody else is going to stick up for me, I'm going to beat you myself. And so I want to see that fire from Owen. And hopefully we will, because I think Carly has upset him quite a bit.
Yeah, that same fire, GB, that when he won the title, you know.
That fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Absolutely. So
when he got banned from the building by Brooklyn and he came back in with
fire.
Yes.
That's right. That's what I want to see.
We'll see.
I agree. I don't think we're working with wins and losses for Carly right now. I don't think wins and losses is not going to take him or make him or break him. He's not going anywhere.
Right.
And the thing is, we've seen Owen, you know, be the underdog before and have to fight from underneath. And that's the thing with Carly being a part of Contra now. He's going to have the backing of Contra. Now, Contra, all the members of Contra are in their own different matches, but that doesn't mean they won't show up in each other's matches. I don't know. We'll see. But Owen's got his work cut out for him. But we'll see, man. It's going to be a great match regardless. The thing is, if they were just to have a straight up one-on-one matchup, it will be a great match.
Absolutely.
I just don't know if that's actually going to happen. I would like for it to, but we'll see. We'll see next Friday. So now I want to talk about this next matchup, and I should have done a little better homework and made sure I knew how to pronounce this guy's name first.
Thank you.
I know him as Montana Black, but he is formerly known as Montana Black. Now, GB or Diana, do you know Rayhan Intius?
I believe that's correct. We'll know for sure by next week. But let's go with that. We'll be sure
next week. But he will be making his debut, and he will be taking on the Priest of Punishment, Michael Judas. Now, Judas had put it out there, and he had told SHW management that, you know, he's basically the monster of SHW now. He's the guy you need to get past if you want to come into SHW. He's already taken out Cyrus with that spike to the eye. He took out at the Rumblejack, he took out Austin Towers with the spike to the eye. And now he just basically put out a challenge. Is there anybody that wants to step up to me and step up and try to take on the monster of SHW? And so here comes Rayhan making his SHW debut. And what bigger way than to come in here if he were to be able to defeat Judas with the role that Judas has been on lately. So I don't know. In one way, I'm excited to see him because I'm like, oh, he's a big dude, you know, and it's going to be a tall task, both literally and figuratively for Judas. But at the same time, with the role Judas has been on, I'm not sure how I feel for Rayhan's chances here. We shall see. I am excited to see a fresh face here in SHW. I mean, of course, he's been all over the place for years, but he's finally making his way here to Southern Honor. So I'm excited to see him.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Montana Black or Rayhan and Tias. Is that how we said we're? I'm gonna have to get in touch with him
We'll
for
figure it
sure
out.
before next week. But I mean, yeah, to see someone new come in and challenge the big guy is always refreshing. And you just want to sit back and see how he's going to bring the fight, how he's going to approach. Because Judas he's out there. He's every NWA. He's not a stranger to Georgia wrestling or wrestling, period. So everybody has seen what he can do and how he is in the ring and how ruthless he can be, and the way he evolves and changes and just he still keeps that intensity and that he's from the heart of darkness. He's a scary dude. He really is. But
Ask GB how he knows.
yeah,
A little bit.
just a little. He's really scary in the ring, just standing in the corner too, watching him fall to his knees, do his thing, and scream at everybody around. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of comments there because I know what Judas can do, but I am interested in seeing how Rayhan approaches the big guy.
Yeah, I think of a lot of different ways people want to enter SHW. I've seen people obviously go the route of the Rumble Jack. We've seen people hijack our podcast to get in. We've seen people go a lot of ways to get into SHW. To challenge the biggest thing walking in SHW takes some chutzpah. And so if Rayhan has nothing else, he's got chutzpah. I dare say he's got testicular fortitude. Now, I hope that he doesn't regret that when he gets in the ring, because Judas on paper is one thing. Judas on video is another thing. We had the unfortunate privilege of watching Judas get very close to us. And I promise you, he's a very scary man. I do whatever he tells me to do on the first time. He doesn't have to ask me twice. He doesn't have to repeat himself. If I don't know what he said, I'm going to make it up. There is no way I'm going toe-to-toe with this guy. So Rayhan gets a lot of props from me for that. The cool part about this is I don't know if Judas has studied him enough. And I'll also say this, whatever he did as Montana Black may not count, because when you change your name for a reason. There's usually some added component to your personality or to who you are, which means he's going to bring something as Rayhan that he might not have brought as Montana Black. That should be very concerning. But here's the problem. We've seen the biggest men in SHW history all fall to Judas. So I don't know what it's going to take to beat him. Maybe Rayhan has the cheat code. And if he does, I'm going to hide behind him. Other than that, I'm sitting very comfortably in the booth, hopefully with some sort of encasement around me so that I don't get bullied by Judas.
What was the thing?
Behind him, around him, or sideways. I'm not going nowhere near either one of them if I can help it.
What was it called that Michael Cole had?
He had the coal mine.
The coal mine. Yeah, we need one of those.
Yes.
The glass case around us, so nobody can get to us.
Oh,
what do we call it? We need
sound safe.
Put it in the comments if you think of a good name for GB's version of the coal mine. What would that be called?
Yeah, please.
We'll
I don't know, but just
the Bonnerfied bunker or something. I don't know.
So, something. I mean, like we need something. I don't know, but come up with something.
Okay, so let's talk about this next matchup here. Here's a guy that a 20-year vet. He had taken about 5 years off. He made his return at the Rumble Jack, his return to pro wrestling in general, and he made sure he wanted to come back only at Southern Honor Wrestling. Okay, well, he came back at the Rumble Jack. His name is Adam Jacobs. Had a decent showing, that is, until Chip Day made it to the ring, eliminated him, kind of rubbed it in his face, and now Adam Jacobs will have his first singles match in 5 years in an SHW ring next Friday against the man that eliminated him, Chip Day. A Chip Day who over the last couple of months we have seen a completely different side of, ever since he turned on his former partner from Technical Excellence, Kyle Matthews. Ever since then, we've heard from Chip Day. He let the crowd have it. He let us have it. He's turned a page here, and he'll be taking on Adam Jacobs. And these guys know each other because, Chip Day's a bit of a veteran himself.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they are not no strangers to each other. And I'll be excited here to see Adam come back in his first singles match here. So, but we know how dangerous Chip Day can be. So it kind of like what I said with Rayhan and Jewett. It's like I'm excited to see him, but I'm not sure how I feel about his chances going in there with Chip Day. So we'll see. But should be a good matchup on paper, at least.
Well, yeah, it looks good on paper. I mean, that poster by itself is fire. Just I want to see it. I don't know a whole lot about Adam Jacobs. I have been familiarizing myself since the Rumble Jack because I knew that was not going to be the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
At all. There's no way. And I am still a baby in the business. I'm going on my 5th year, I believe. So I wasn't around when he stepped aside or whatever. So it's new to me. He's a new guy to me. And that's not a bad thing. It just lets me know I need to learn some things about the guy. And coming up against Chip Day, who has all these accolades and all this stuff. Everybody knows Chip. Even before I knew Chip, I knew Chip.
Mhm.
And speaking of Chip and the chip on the shoulder, that's going to be, I mean, it's a whole new thing. It's a whole new, maybe it's not new. It's new to me. I mean, I kind of like the ruthless Chip. I like the attitude. It's exciting to see him get ill and aggravated and want to raise hell. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to this one for sure.
Yeah, again, I say, as I said with the last match, when people decide to make their entry into SHW, what I think I actually applaud this, that nobody goes for the low-hanging fruit, whoever one might deem as low-hanging fruit. I don't even know who low-hanging fruit in SHW would be. I know who it's not. It's not the current reigning technical wrestler of the year. It's not him. The 2-time, former tag champion, spent almost a year as a tag champion here in SHW. He's one of the most respected folks in the business. And here's the thing. So you can say for sure that, Chip Day, 17 years in the business, Adam Jacobs, 20 years in the business. Sounds even on paper, except for that 5-year layoff that Jacobs has had. That 5-year layoff really does matter. Now, it matters on a couple of fronts. On one hand, when you're not wrestling day in, day out, you have the opportunity to perhaps become a little rusty and maybe, it's not all there. But the thing that the pandemic taught us is that time away allows you to heal, allows you to actually get a new focus. We saw people come back stronger, better than ever. So now the question is this. Is Chip fully healed? Is his ankle really healed, or has he been playing us? He pulled the fast one on us last month and had us all thinking, oh, man, like, gosh, we're so sorry that he's hurt and all these things against Naja a couple of months ago, and then turned around and he was pulling a big ruse on us. So we don't know, which I think is what makes Chip even more dangerous. The flip side is that the Jacobs that Chip may have known may not be the same guy. So I think the element of surprise could work really, really well for Adam Jacobs, which will make for a fantastic match. And think about it. If Jacobs beats Chip Day, we got a story on our hands. Call it the comeback of the year.
I agree. I agree.
And that's the thing. Like, it's not that far-fetched. Like,
it's not.
That can happen.
It absolutely can happen.
I mean, Kyle Matthews is going to be in the building as well. So
then there's that part.
You got some little distracting elements there. So
well, so you just beat me to the punch here. I was just about to bring up Kyle Matthews.
Yeah.
Now he's got a big night ahead of him that I don't know that he anticipated going into this month, coming out of the Rumble Jack. So of course, at the Rumble Jack, you could tell right away he was not even focused on winning the Rumble Jack. He was not focused on becoming the #1 contender to the SHW title. He had one goal, and that was to get in there and get his hands on Chip Day, eliminate Chip Day, and eliminate himself in the process, and continue to fight Chip Day all the way to the back. Who knows where they ended up? But now, all of a sudden, he's getting a title opportunity. It's not for the SHW title. It's for the IWTV World Championship
Mhm.
AC Mack will be returning to SHW to once again defend that title. He's had such an amazing, historic reign as the IWTV or IW, yeah, the IWTV.
Mhm.
I was almost saying TV champion, but it's
Yeah, nah, he's
IWTV
the world champ.
world champion, and
Yes.
just such a great reign.
Mhm.
And he'll be back to defend it once again. So it's very exciting to have that title defended in our building at our show, and
Yes.
it's a huge
Again.
opportunity. Again, yeah, it's a huge
Yes.
opportunity for Kyle Matthews to get a shot at this title. So super excited for this one.
Mhm.
Super excited AC's going to be there. Just period. I mean, I want to hear him intro again.
And we got a
Mhm.
little taste of him at the Rumble Jack as well.
Yeah.
Sure
Yeah.
did.
Oh, and he was in there for a good long time. Good long time.
Mhm.
Sure was.
On Kyle's
Sure was.
front, I don't think he even cared about getting into the Rumble Jack. He only got in the ring because he had to get to Chip.
Right.
Chip
Mhm.
been in closer to the edges of the ring. I don't think he would have even got in. He would probably just pulled him out, went to town. But yeah, this is going to be a fire match. It's going to be. I mean, you got a world champion and technical wrestler namesake. I mean, come
Mhm.
on, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, when we're thinking, I know there's been a lot of folks already talking about the Georgia Wrestling History Awards. It's a fun thing for us to pontificate about. If we are indeed pontificating, again, on paper, this becomes incredible. You've got the man who they named the Technical Wrestler of the Year award for because he won it so much, they just
Yeah.
had to put his name on it, right? So you have
Yes.
Kyle Matthews getting a world title shot against who many believe could be the front runner for Wrestler of the Year. He's a world champion, for crying out loud, and he's one of SHW's own. This match is going to be special. If there wasn't a world title match involved, it would be special because
Mhm.
these two guys get it done. You add a world title in there, and let's just also think about this too. Many will argue that it was the friction between Kyle Matthews and Chip Day that ultimately cost them the tag team championships. Kyle Matthews tried to be, super brave and fight on behalf of both men, and obviously they had some friction. So this is the first title opportunity that Kyle Matthews has had since that whole debacle happened. Think about what it would mean for Kyle Matthews to walk out of SHW 43, 44. I've lost track of the numbers now. 43 as the new IWTV World Champion. It would be incredible to see. The flip side is the historic run that AC Mack has been on, now taking that championship out of the South, all across the country. He doesn't want to end it now.
No.
Matter of fact, this is the place where he had his first championship defense. I don't think he wants it to be his last. This is going to be all very intriguing stuff. And then there is, you mentioned the idea again, that also in the building is Chip Day. Now, what I don't know is the order of these matches, right? So maybe Chip Day will have left the building by then. But something tells me that Chip Day, with the chip on his shoulder, is going to, at the very least, be watching this match to see what happens. Could his ex-tag team partner become a world champion? Could AC?
How big of a chip would that create for Chip? If that was the case.
So this is going to be interesting to see. I can't wait to watch it, and I'm glad we get to call another world title match.
Yes.
I can't wait. I
Tell
cannot
my
wait.
best not to screw that up.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this one. I mean, the whole show is awesome, but man, that's going to be a good one. And speaking of title matches, here's one we never thought we would ever see. I mean, this is insane. This is another historic matchup where we have two sets of tag team champions from two different companies, both of them putting their belts on the line in a winner take all match, but not just a winner take all match, a bunkhouse brawl match where the Southern Fried tag team titles are on the line. The Southern Honor tag team titles are on the line. All-Star Special, Happy Madness, bunkhouse brawl, winner takes all. I mean, and if last month was any indication, things could get a little wild. I mean, we saw the way it ended last month with Sal going through that table and cracking his head open on the concrete floor there.
Mhm.
And whether it was a disqualification or they just called the match, whatever it ended up being, it ended very chaotically.
Mhm.
And thus we're having this match where there's no DQ, anything goes, there's no rules. I mean, there's just going to be insanity. We've had a bunkhouse brawl match before. It was, I believe, Sunny Days and at the time Logan Creed versus, was it Ali and Austin Towers?
It was, and that was
And
nuts.
and that was a wild and crazy matchup.
Mhm.
And if that's any indication of what that bunkhouse brawl was, that is, I mean, we're in for a wild, wild night, and that's on top of an already crazy card. So, I mean, you know, Sal and Sonny now aligning themselves with Contra. So I got to be honest, rooting for my boys. All-Star special here. Here's the thing I don't know, and I saw Hanson commenting on Facebook about this earlier this week. Will they get music this month? I don't know. I haven't heard. I don't know for sure. We'll see.
Nobody says they haven't or they won't, so we'll just go with that.
We'll have to talk to Garrett, slip him a 20 in the sound booth and be like, hey, man. So we'll see. I don't want to get him in trouble, though. I don't. But somebody needs to hit play on something.
Rebel rouser, you.
And what would the song be, too? In this kind of, I mean, this is like biggest match in their reign as tag champs, you know?
I don't know. Something like Inner Sandman. I don't know. It's going to be something crazy. I mean, something dark and crazy because, geez, you got a monster. You've got Sal, who is dark and crazy. He even has a black leather straitjacket. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know if that was really a thing, but looking at it, that's exactly what it is. Then you have the South Georgia beer drinking country boy wanting to go down hard with that one. And then we're going to get what I feel is the dog collar hug from the dog collar match. That intensity of the incredible hug. So
we saw a hint of that at the Rumble Jack when he put Sal through that table and he got on the mic.
That was just one little thing. Now we get a whole match where it's winner take all. Winner take all. We get Southern Fried and Southern Honor championships on the line. Will this put an end to one of the other team? I don't know. Is David Manders going to be there to witness his titles on the line? You know, possibly being lost to Southern Honor.
I don't know.
What?
It's historic. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's going to be crazy. Yeah.
You are right. This is historic on so many levels. We are in an interesting era where there are forbidden doors, there are titles being merged, there are organizations coming together. And so to see this, I mean, again, 2 years ago, just a couple of days ago, 2 years ago, the forbidden door was kicked open here in Georgia at the Rumble Jack, where multiple promotions found themselves present with multiple bookers. Like, my mind was blown. But the idea of this, it is historic on levels we have yet to see in SHW. Like, we just have to call a spade here. Not only do we get the IWTV world title match, which is historic, but the idea that one team is going to hold both of these championships. You know, you talked about David Manders. Would he be there to potentially see the Southern Fried Championships be lost? Here's another interesting question. Could the Southern Honor Tag Team titles be lost to a team that currently represents Southern Fried? The idea that our titles could leave our promotion is extremely possible.
Yeah.
And you add to that the team that holds the Southern Fried titles are now aligned with Contra. What would this do for Contra if they now had all the titles in SHW? That could conceivably happen. So I think that All-Star Special is going to have to go to a place that they've never gone before. Now, they had to go to a deep, dark place when they were fighting to save their manager's career back in December of last year. And they went to a pretty deep, dark place to do that. They're going to have to go darker. They're going to have to go deeper because they're not just fighting for All-Star Special. They are fighting for Southern Honor. This is SHW. It has never been done in the history of this company that one of our titles has gone to somebody in another promotion. It's never happened before. It could conceivably happen next Friday. That's frightening to me. I'm equally excited about the idea that the Southern Fried titles could find their way over to SHW. But we have to be open to the fact that it could go the way we didn't want. And I'm very nervous about what could happen in this match because there are a lot of things at stake. And because it's a bunkhouse brawl, there's no DQ. There's no count out. There is going to be a winner. One of these teams is absolutely walking out of the action building next week as Southern Honor and Southern Fried champions. You got to be there for this.
Amazing.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better. I mean, you can't miss it. You have to be there. Tickets will be on sale at the door starting at 5 p.m. the night of the show. Doors open at 7, bell time at 8. You're not going to want to miss it. It is our final stop before the big anniversary show in October, but that does not mean this show won't be big because
it's a build.
Up.
It is definitely a build.
It is stacked up to be a huge show itself. And you mentioned it, GB. It's a bunkhouse brawl. Anything goes. There are no rules, no disqualifications. And because Sonny and Sal, Happy Madness, are affiliated with or members of Contra, that means who knows who might show up, who might interfere, who might help them along the way. I mean, I don't want that to happen, but it wouldn't be. There's no rules, so it wouldn't be against the rules or anything. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Speaking of Contra, the other 2 members, well, 2 more members. There's 3 more if you include Brooklyn, but 2 more on the current active wrestling roster. Our champion, the Heathen Cruel, and the Black Cloud of Contra, Joe Black, will be teaming up in the main event to take on this first ever team up of the Bloodbath Behemoth Tank and Gunnar Miller. Who in their right mind would have ever expected to see Tank and Gunnar Miller forming a tag team? I know
Not
I
after
wouldn't.
that death match they were just in. That never would have.
The thing is, the way they, obviously Gunnar gained the respect afterwards. They toasted a beer together at the Rumble Jack. It seemed that they were, I wouldn't say they're best friends, but they at least there's a respect there. And well, as it turns out, hopefully they'll get along long enough to be able to face the members of Contra here. So that's going to be our main event matchup. You got the Bloodbath Behemoth. You got the People's Captain. Then you got the Black Hand and the Black Cloud of Contra with Cruel and Joe Black. It's going to be a very combustible main event, if I do say so. But it's going to be a big one. And that's, on top of an amazing card already. So who knows what in the world's going to happen. But
are there any stipulations on that match? I didn't see.
Not that I know of, but I mean,
not as of now.
Brooklyn's running the thing, so I wouldn't put it past her to come up with something.
I mean, I have complete confidence that Tank can do any match he wants to do, but I know he loves those death matches. So Oh, shut up.
We forgot to tell you guys we have a couple
guest.
We have some guests on the show this week.
I have my mom's dog, so they're gonna.
They just want to hang out.
No, they hear things, and
they saw the picture of you holding Gordo from the last show, and they got jealous.
Yep.
I was jealous.
I'm sorry.
I was jealous. I even said it on commentary.
He's gonna be a movie star or a TV star.
Did you want Diana to hold you like that, or
to hold me up like the Lion King?
Right?
No.
He was getting heavy.
I wanted to hold Gordo.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, but next time you see him, he'll probably be too big to hold at all.
Diana would throw her back out if she tried to pick me up. I wouldn't want to do that to you. I know she is. I know she is, but I'm
That's
just
funny.
I don't know,
anyways.
man. It'd be like a belly to back suplex or something.
Give me a Bailey to belly to Bailey, Bailey to belly,
That's
belly to
funny.
Bailey.
Belly to belly.
That's funny.
Anywho, as you were saying,
Idiot, yes.
who was saying?
Y'all
I don't
crazy.
know.
I don't know.
I just love you guys.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy match.
Yeah.
And you're right, Diana. I don't know that I expect these four to have a normal tag team match. I think
Yeah.
there's too much animosity. But as I think about it, like I need people to understand this is a superstar level kind of tag match. This is,
Yes.
you know, this is Mega Powers and the Mega Bucks. Like this is, you know, Sting and Lex Luger and the Road Warriors. I mean, this is Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff, you know, and the Horsemen. Like this is that. These
Yes.
are four combustible elements. And you start talking about Gunnar Miller and Tank, the war they had for the better part of a year, culminated. I mean, think about it. Gunnar almost got killed, for lack of a better term, by Tank when Tank tried to strangle him and commit a crime in
With that.
Canton with the bag, right? Like these are the kinds of. So here's my thought. That's what they were willing to do to each other. Now they're on the same team. And you consider what Contra ultimately cost Gunnar. Gunnar, in theory, should have had his title match perhaps at this show, maybe at the anniversary, but not minutes after literally going bell to bell, 60 minutes.
People.
You know what I mean? In the Rumble Jack, outlasting all of those people. He wasn't in condition to be able to be fresh for that. You know, so now you've got to think Gunnar has endured quite a bit over these last few months. He wasn't fully recovered from the death match, you know, and then he did his longest match, I believe, in his career in that Rumble Jack. What kind of shape is he going to be in this particular match, which is going to require not just regular endurance and stamina, but it's really going to require your body and your spirit to be aligned to fight and to fight for God knows how long. So this is going to be special. I don't know where this is going, but I do know I need to be here to see it. And it might be even more of a reason for us to have that barricade or whatever, because the last time Gunnar and Tank were together, fireworks were going off and we almost got hit and it was nuts. So, yeah, I don't know what's up for this, but this is going to be crazy. And I feel like Contra is not trying to take a single L next week.
Yeah.
What they're willing to do to avoid getting an L, it's going to be interesting. But I don't think they're going to be able to get one over on Gunnar and Tank. And God only knows what they would have to do to try.
Look, if I'm going to fight for my life, I want Tank on my team.
Me too.
I mean, yes.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah, and you touched on this, GB, and I was just sitting here thinking it. Can you imagine if every member of Contra comes out victorious at the show next week? What that will mean heading into the anniversary show come October. I mean,
it would truly be a night of dishonor.
Yes,
yeah.
it would.
Oh, hey. You got how many do you have there?
3.
We got 3
Good
pups.
Lord.
And she likes to sit up, so that's what she was doing, sitting up. She wants to be seen. She loves it.
She wants to see what's going on. She wants to be part of the show. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
But it's going to be a wild night, and there's only one thing for you folks to do, and that's to join us and be there live and see it for yourself. You're not going to want to miss it. 261 Marietta Road, Canton, Georgia, the Action Building. Tickets will go on sale at the door starting at 5 o'clock. Doors open at 7 o'clock. Bell time at 8 o'clock. And, of course, this pre-show will be live on Facebook from 7 to 7:30. And we'll be live in the building as the fans are starting to file in. And that's always an exciting part for us, because that's when we already have the buzz going like in the afternoon leading up to the show. But then when those fans start coming in about an hour before the show, Oh, it's just that the
And you
vibes
never
going.
know. You might have V3 out front hanging out
You
with some
never
of you guys for a little while. You never know. I mean, it's going to be crazy. You
There
got a
you
lot
go.
going on, but
Yeah,
might make appearances outside the barricade.
we'll see.
Mhm.
That'd
We'll
be
see.
cool.
Got the DJs start up right at 7 when the crowd
Yeah.
comes in. It's just it's a whole vibe, guys. It's a party. It's a
It
party
is. It's a
atmosphere.
party.
Got to
I've
be
never
there.
been anywhere where it's a bigger party. I promise you.
I love it.
That's it. That's it.
Going to be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys in person.
Mhm.
And I'm talking to you guys here as well as the fans
Yes.
that are watching.
Yes.
And yeah, it's exciting, man. Just got to be there. And also, if you want to catch up on everything that's happened prior to this show, be sure to check it out on IWTV. You can sign up for 5 days free. Use the code SHW.
Mhm.
And yeah, sign up.
How many
and
episodes? Is this 46?
this will be 43.
43?
43.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's 42 that you can watch, including the Hold Your Fork documentary, which is also on
Oh,
IWTV.
so good.
It
So
is
there's
fantastic.
a whole lot to watch. But yeah, if you want
Mhm.
to catch the Rumblejack, see what you missed, get caught up, check it out before next Friday. But it's gonna be awesome. But
Yeah.
before we go, you guys, anything else for the fans before we get out of here?
Make sure you grab our merch at SHW Pod on ProWrestlingTees.com. So make sure you check that out. You can grab some cool shirts representing your favorite podcast here. And yeah, it's a great way to let people know that you like us and that you enjoy us. And also shout out to all of you joining us on our YouTube page.
There you go.
Definitely a great way to check out what we're doing. Facebook is wonderful. So we're doing some great things on YouTube, so you can check it out and chat with us, as many of you are doing right now. So we appreciate it. And of course, you can always check the replay out here and on Facebook as well.
And also, if you guys missed it, we did celebrate our 100th episode last
Sure
week.
did. Sure
And
did.
we had a lot of friends that come by and said hello and congratulations. So
that was
if you missed
so cool. That was so
was
cool.
so
Great
cool.
show. Great
It
show.
is on our YouTube channel and our
Mhm.
Facebook page. So, and there's some clips on Instagram as well. So
That's right.
go by and check that out and
Ah,
see what we've been up to.
That's
for
right.
sure. Make
Well,
sure you
hey.
subscribe to that YouTube page, youtube.com/SHW Pod. When you subscribe, then you can get all the notifications when we're live and we drop new episodes and content. So check it out there and follow
And
us
if you
everywhere.
like to listen to it, we're on Spotify as well.
That's right.
You can
All of
listen
those
to
spots.
it iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all the places you like to listen to it, all the places you like to watch it.
Yeah.
Just remember SHW Pod. That's the key.
There you go. There you
So
go.
there you go. Well, hey, another great week here, guys, with you. And I can't wait until the big show next week. And I can't wait till the live pre-show. It's going to be awesome. But hey, until then, this has been
SHW.
This is our wrestling.